those who have been following me much in my series of talks each and every evening. If you're joining me for the first time, call me Humble M. I give inspirational talks, I do music and electrical. I also do what we call guiding and counseling. So if you're joining me for the first time, make sure that you subscribe on this YouTube channel. Make sure that you comment, make sure that you like, and also you share with your friends. This evening, I'm blessed and I'm happy to talk to you again uh, on a very serious, powerful topic that I wish you can just create some more time to listen to it all, and it's going to help you. So, just as usual, if you're joining me for the first time, or if you're joining me right now, just tell me which city you're watching me from, which country you're watching me from, which state you're watching me from, and I'll be so happy just to listen or to talk to you, my brothers and my sisters. I've been talking about a series of topics. When I started, I was talking about a dreamer, how to become a dreamer. Yesterday, I talked about success. And all of these topics are on this YouTube channel of mine. That when you find time to tune in, you're going to listen to them and you're going to gain something that's going to help you or help someone. You can share it with somebody, it's going to help them. So thank you very much for creating time again just to tune in. And tonight I'm talking about the failure. Thank you very much. Make sure that you like, comment, and share. Thank you. Make sure that you just like, comment. Touch on the like button, please. Kindly touch on that like button. Make sure that you share this broadcast with other people. It's going to help us. Tonight I'm talking about failure. Most people like to hear about the positivities of life. Just like, for example, in a church, those who love church setup, or let me use a church because it's a common thing in our country, Kenya. Like, for example, when you go in a Kenyan church and you find a pastor talking about something that's going to give people hope, something that's going to make people succeed, you find that most of those churches are fully packed with people. Most of them like receiving good messages. They like receiving praise. They like receiving promises. But the moment you just talk about something like negativity or something negative, you will find like most people not like that thing. In as much as you want to succeed in this life, my brothers, my sisters who are watching me here, know that in this life we have only probability of life is one. You either succeed in this life or you fail in this life. I want you to get me very well and clearly. Who is a successful person? A successful person is a failure who refused to give up. Successful person. And who is a failure? Remember, I'm talking about failure today. Failure. A failure is a successful person who gave up. Are we together? I want somebody to get me. Allow me to repeat. Who is a successful person? A successful person is a failure who refused to give up. Who is a failure? A failure is a successful person who gave up on the way. So you either have to choose in this life. You either choose to be a successful person or you choose to be a failure. And at most, if I ask you a random question, that do you want to be successful or you want to fail? Most people will say that, oh, I want to be successful, I want to be wealthy, I want to be well known. Yes, if you want to achieve that thing called success, you must not learn to give up at any point. I know we have many things that are going to make you feel like you want to move, and these things are drawing you back, they're moving you backwards. But if you are a determined person, a successful person never gives up. I'm talking about failure. I talked about success yesterday. If you didn't watch that video, make sure you just visit this YouTube channel. Subscribe on this channel, kindly please. Comment. And you're going to see that topic that I shared yesterday about success. You can fail in this life minus knowing that you are failing. You can be staying as a failure, and on the other hand, you feel like you are successful. Failure happens in many things, my brothers and my sisters. Make sure you comment to this, kindly comment, touch on that like button, and make sure you subscribe on this video. Failure can happen in many ways or many parts that surround a human life. For example, failure can happen at a place of work or job. Failure can happen in marriage setup. Failure can happen in a business, or failure can happen even in communication. That's why in communication we have what we call language barrier. Like the country that I am right now, that if you move around in this country, most people are not conversant with Kiswahili language or are not conversant with English. Let me not just move far. For example, here, when I've come live here, I decided to becoming live and speaking English because I understand that not only people who come from a place where they can hear my local dialect like Kiswahili are watching me. I have people who are watching me from other parts of the nation. And when I decide or choose to speak Kiswahili on my local dialect, I will miss to deliver. I will fail. I'm talking about failure. I will fail to deliver a message to someone maybe who's willing to listen to me and get something. Are you together? Just comment where you're watching me from kindly, please. Make sure you subscribe to this broadcast and touch on that like button, please. Do that for me and I'll appreciate. I'll appreciate when you do share this podcast too. I'll appreciate much. How does failure happen in somebody's life? My brothers and my sisters, no one wishes to fail in this life. Failure happens just by chance. And at other times, it's not an accident for someone to fail. On the other side, people fail because they want to fail. Others succeed because they want to succeed. When I was talking about success, I said that being successful is the art of the mind. Being successful comes from the decision that somebody has to make from the bottom of their heart, from what they sit down, they analyze, they think, and they conclude. Just want to say that, oh, I'm tired with this life. I don't want to move. I don't want to do anything. I don't want to talk to anybody. That's a decision that you've made. Thank you for that like. God bless you, whoever that has liked. Make sure that you share this and comment, please. Just comment. If you're getting me loud and clear, comment. Okay, how does failure happen? Number one, failure happens in life when you fail to plan or not planning. In any section of life, my brother, my sister, in anything that you're doing in this life, minus planning, you are just planning to fail. Most people fail not because they don't have money. Most people fail not because they don't have people to advise them. They fail because they just choose not to plan for anything. You just say that, oh, I'm working. We have seen many, let me use this as an example. We have seen many people, my brothers and my sisters, watching me. These people are getting a lot of money. You find that someone has been working maybe in a government organization or a parastatal for like say 20 years. And when you go to their homes or when you go to their places of work or residence, you find that this person does not have any place. He does not have any house. He does not have anything. Thank you very much. Make sure that you comment. Kindly just touch on that like button and tell me where you're watching me from kindly. And make sure you subscribe. Touch on the subscribe button. I'll be happy and you share this. So, failure to plan happens in this way. Maybe you are too over-ambitious that whatever that you're doing, you are permanent at that place of work. Let me tell you, my brothers and my sisters who are watching here, if you are employed somewhere, if you are working for somebody, never be too over-ambitious that one is a permanent job. Because day in, day out, we have people who come up with creative ideas, people who come up with knowledge of doing what you do better than you. And for example, right now, this current age that we are staying right now, we have this thing called AI. AI, artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has come to replace many people's jobs. It has come to take many places. I was watching here on social media that there is a guy who decided to make robots that are going to be doing the jobs that most of us do. They are going to, for example, maybe you offer a service in like teaching or talking to people here. Somebody somewhere is seriously studying to come up with a way that will help someone to get information. Instead of sitting down and watching somebody like me delivering an information, this person will go somewhere and search, Google anything, and they get the information that they want. So when you have started or specialized somewhere that will be doing this thing, you see that the person or someone who is going to come up with this idea is going to take all your knowledge and mind that you have. So you find that you are failing somewhere in life. Failure happens because people don't want to plan. We have other people like in Kenya, in my country, Kenya, where I come from. We have this type of group. They usually say that hawapangwingwi. They are not arranged by anyone. They are self-driven people. They have got their own ambitions. You cannot tell someone anything. You cannot advise anybody anything. They feel like they are superior. They know everything. My brother, my sister, most people who succeed in this life, they learn. Most people who fail in this life, they don't learn anything. Have you ever seen someone that maybe you're trying to advise them or give them direction and they feel like they know it all? Anytime you feel like you know everything, that is the beginning of you starting to fail. People don't fail because they are not good. People fail because they are not corrected. They don't like any correction. Like, let's say, I've seen this trend. Make sure that you comment kindly. Make sure that you comment. Tell me which city or which nation, which country you're watching me from. I'll be happy to read your comment. And if you are new here, kindly please touch on that subscribe button and touch on the like button. I've seen this trend of people saying that now that I'm older than you, I cannot get anything or any advice, any word, any direction from you. My brother or my sister, you're failing. We have these young people. You see, in biology, let me take you back somewhere. In biology, when we were studying biology, we were a topic called growth and development. We have something that is called growth, and what we have was something that we call development. We have people who have grown and they are not developed. We have people who are still growing and are developing. If you are a developed person, the way you think is very different from someone who is grown and they are not developed. That's why you find that somebody might be mature in age, but they are not mature in complexity. What's complexity? Complexity is the intelligence quotient of a person. The way this person can reason when in public, the way this person can reason when in private, the way this person can talk. That's now what we call growth. Most people think that their age warrants them to do what they have to do. But they think that maybe let me use an example of the field that I'm working. Thank you for that. Like, I am humble to see that. Humble to see that, like, an interaction. Let me use, for example, the field that I'm working. I'm working in electrical or electricity field. We deal with the installations of electricity, solar, CCTV, all that. Now, in my field of electricity, you might come across somebody. Let's say this person is in late 40s or 50s. We all went to school and studied electricity. We all gained the knowledge. And this knowledge now, this person got the knowledge of the older generation, and I received the knowledge of the current generation in electricity. For example, we come to a place, a house like this one. Now we want to do what we call electrical installation. The person who started in the older age, this person feels like they received the best quality information and they cannot be directed or advised in any way. That's why you find them, they are installing electricity, putting just a switch, a socket, and they say installation is over. But come to anybody or somebody like me, I've started electricity in current generation. I'll be able to tell a client that when I'm doing installation of solar, of electricity, or when I'm doing a house piping like this, a house like this one, I will tell a client that at one point we are doing a house wiring like this, you will need a power backup system. Maybe you have a generator or you are using a solar as power backup. Is anybody trying to get me, please? Comment. Kindly just comment and tap on that subscribe button and tap on the like. Please share. So you find that we differ in ideas. This person has got the knowledge of electricity, yes, but now the ideology of it all. Like modern electrical installation, it will deal with maybe you're installing in that house, you're installing a place where we will have what you call security system line, we'll have a power system line, we'll have power backup system, telecommunication system. Are you seeing? Now the type of workability will be different. Is anybody getting me? Are you trying to understand me? So people who fail in life, they usually feel that they got a lot of knowledge. They don't need anyone to impact or put some little more extra knowledge in them so that they succeed. Let's say, for example, someone has invested in business. If you have invested in business and you are not up to date with the current of information and supplying and marketing strategies, you will feel like you're doing the best thing, but you're failing. Like right now, I want to thank the Almighty God for giving us technology. I can offer a service, like say in installation of, let me say, biometric. Do you know what a biometric is? Biometric system. I can offer information of biometric system installation when I am seated right here and I advise someone. Let's say that person is in America, that person is in any other continent apart from this, or in any other city. I can offer that information and the person can get the information. People fail in businesses because they feel like the old strategies they were using can still apply in this current generation. Are you getting me, guys? Which nation are you watching me from? Kindly please interact on this topic. Make sure that you share. Make sure that you comment. Make sure you subscribe. And if you feel like you have to promote this video, there are all gadgets that are here that will enable you to promote this video. I'll appreciate if I receive all the support from you. So failure, number one, I said that minus planning will lead you to failure. Even for those of you who read the word, they read maybe the Quran or you read the Bible. Any visionary person, any living person who is alive and they don't have a vision, you are a failing person. Minus a vision, I read the Bible, I'm born again. The Bible tells me that a nation without a vision is a dead nation. And when it talks about a nation, it is talking about you. Because a nation cannot be called a nation minus you being inside. Just like, let's say, a church or a mosque. The mosque cannot be called a mosque minus people going in it. A school cannot be called a school minus students and teachers going in that school. Is somebody getting me? So if you fail to plan in anything that you want to be doing, we have just started 2026, come on. We all have expectations of this year, 2026. I ask somebody here, what do you want to achieve in this 2026? People will give a list, a detailed list. But what is funny now, when we come to December of 2026, you ask somebody, what have you achieved in 2026? Most people will say, oh, I wanted to do this, but I did not achieve. Sit down and go back to the drawing board and ask yourself, you wanted to do this thing and you did not achieve it. Why? Most of the common reasons that will come across your mind is that you failed to achieve this thing because you did not plan and strategize yourself well. In this life, you just need simple strategies. If you got simple strategies in anything that you want to be doing, you're going to succeed. And strategies, you get them by opening your mind and accepting to be taught and accepting correction. This leads me to another thing. Failures never like to be corrected. You see at one point that you're doing something and somebody says, like, sir or madam, that thing that you're doing or the way you're talking is not supposed to be this way. If you are a wise person, that's what the Bible tells us, that a wise person accepts correction. A foolish person does not like correction. So it is either you choose to be wise or you choose to be foolish. Because if you want to succeed, learn to be corrected. If you are corrected, it doesn't mean that you don't know. If you are corrected, it means that you are in the field of learning to acquire something new. I usually tell myself, my brothers, my sisters, those who are watching me here, that every day is a learning process. Every day, you make sure at the end of the day, you have learned something in this life. You have gained an information from something or somewhere in this life. That is now the journey of success. I talked about success yesterday. Visit my video on this channel. You're going to know or to get it. And make sure you subscribe to this. Are we together? Success is good. Failure is bitter. And those people who fail mostly are the successful people. Another thing that's going to lead you to failure, I started by saying number one was not planning. Number two, failure to learn or gain an idea. Number three, not accepting correction. And number four, the most serious part, people who fail are the ones who get tired on the way. They get tired on the way. You have a vision, you have a dream that I want to make a house beautiful, more beautiful than this house. Like for me, by the way, I have a dream of doing live broadcast in a professional way, whereby I'll be having a microphone. I talk when I feel like I want to put some music or I video. You see what I'm meaning. I'll be playing it there. So I have a dream. So in this process of dreaming, in this process of dreaming, you come across someone who just have got evil mind and negativity about what you're doing. They come tell you like, I don't like the way you talk. Even you're not fluent. I don't like the way you dress. I don't like the way you run your business. Others, I said that failure happens in many levels of this life. Maybe like, let's say, a marriage setup. Somebody comes to tell you that I don't like your boyfriend, I don't like your girlfriend, I don't like your woman, I don't like your wife, I don't like any person who switches off from being focused. You're going to fail. I'm talking about failure. Ask people who have failed once. I started by defining who is a failure. A failure is a successful person who gave up on the way. That is the definition of a failure. Not a stupid person, not a poor person. I'm not talking about poor or rich here. I'm talking about failure. Because rich men also fail. Poor people also fail terribly. Somebody said, let me use this one as by the way, that when you come to or when you move to like life setups of different people, let me use Africa or my country, Kenya, whereby a rich person usually sees a poor person as an enemy. Why? They see them as sorcerers, people who use witchcraft against their efforts to succeed. That's how most rich people view poor people. On the other hand, poor people usually see rich people as thieves, people who have stolen everything, and also see rich people as people who have been using witchcraft to get to where they are. I just think now how life is funny. So it's either you to choose to be poor or to be rich, because being poor or being rich comes from your mind setup. And it moves hand in hand. Kindly please just comment where you're watching me from. Kindly please just comment. And make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to this broadcast, kindly please. And make sure you touch the like button. I wish to see the likes increasing, kindly please. I'll appreciate. So you have to choose, my brothers and my sister, to fail or to succeed, depending on how your mind is going to operate. It's either you think that poor people are witchcraft or sorcerers. It's either you think that rich people are sorcerers, they use sorcery to be where they are. Another serious point that leads to failure is laziness. All together, laziness. A place that we find where we have serious, great, lazy people in this life is a church. Is a church. And I'm an apostle by calling, I preach. When you move in a church setup, we have some men of God who have created this ability in people that you don't have to work. You have just to pray and wait for God to answer. My brother, my sister. If you don't want to work and only rely on prayer, you're going to fail terribly in this life. Am I talking to somebody? If I'm talking to you, say yes, 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 I'm here. Comment yes, yes in comment section. Like you find too many churches, people are just in church morning, they're in church lunch hour, evening, they don't find any time to go and work. Or that you hear them, they make prayer requests, God bless me financially, I'm going to receive miracle money. There is nothing like that by accident. I am an apostle by calling, and I left the church in Kenya, came here to work so that I can get money to fund back the church and to fund back my projects at home. That's why I'm here. Lazy people always complain of anything. They even, you find someone complaining even because of my color. You black person. Lazy people are very bitter people in this life, and these are the people who fail. I'm talking about failure. And a serious way that can make you fail in this life is being lazy. What is being lazy? Being lazy is not just liking to do a job or anything that can bring money or that can generate an idea. That is being lazy. My brothers, my sisters, who are Christians, who are watching me, and Muslims, the only way that you're going to succeed in this life and avoid failure, I'm talking about failure, is putting on much effort in what you do. Someone who has been poor or who has failed in this life and has tried to come from failure or to move from failure or to move from poverty, those people usually work extra hard in this life because they understand where they came from. They understand the pain of poverty. They understand the pain that comes with failure. That's why you see them working tirelessly. They don't want to fail again because a failure has no friends. A failure and poor, I'm talking, they can intermarry. A failure in this life has no friends. Let me take for example. There is a saying that goes that a poor man's greeting is mistaken by begging. Any poor or failed person, when they greet somebody, let's say you have a phone number, or let's say I'm saying that I'm putting my email address here for you people to support me in elevating this live podcast, you will find that someone with an evil or failed mind will say that this person has come online to beg. That's the mind of a failure. A poor person or a failed person has no friends. And the only friend of a poor person or a failed person is their wife or husband. And the only fun or peace that they have is when they are having sex during night hour. They are making love. They don't have another recreation. The only free or hobby thing they find is at night when they are with their families. Am I talking to somebody? So my brother, my sister, the moment you will allow laziness to come into your life, you are failing. We have people who started very well. Like maybe you want to be a streamer like me. Maybe you want to do, anyway, I do music. Consistency is going to help you to run from this thing called laziness. What is consistency? Doing it even if you don't want to do it. You wake up today, you don't feel like going to job. You think that you just think, or imagine how poor life, how hard life can be without that money. I want to thank those people who have elevated their status from poverty or from failure to where they are. Those people usually think big. Because imagine you are driving a car, you started from a poor life, God has elevated your life, you are driving a car. Then you start by becoming poor. or becoming lazy. Definitely, even you will fail to wash that car, you will fail to clean it, you will fail to do some repair and maintenance, and definitely your car will break down. What will happen? You will start working on or using motorbikes again. There is nothing as bad as being a successful person. Then you come down to the level of the ordinary people. And but then there is this character. We have some people who try from failure to successful to becoming successful people. And when you are successful, you usually start seeing other people as enemies now. This is what happens in most people in my home country. When they get successful, they start feeling insecure. Anybody that you see, you start suspecting them, this might be a thief. Anybody that walks across or that comes into your home, you feel like they're coming to spy on me so that they can steal. There is nothing as bad as being a failed person, because if you fail, failure always leads to poverty. And getting old minus money, people will start saying that you are a witch. If you get old minus money, my brother, my sister, people will mistake you for being a witch in that village, a witch in that town, a sorcerer in that city, because you failed and you don't have money. Are we together? We should always work hard so that we can move beside, we can move from this thing called failure. Because failure is always calling you every day. Anytime you receive the salary, failure is calling you. Failure is calling you. Just receive your money like this. You are moving across the street. You see something. You see a beautiful dress for ladies who are watching me. Ladies, hi. If you're a lady and you're watching me, just say hi in the comment section. You have just gotten your salary very well. Make sure you subscribe to this kindly brothers and sisters. Help me to subscribe on this channel. Just touch the subscribe button, kindly please. Then touch this like button. You will be helping me. You can also share this broadcast. Kindly please, I urge you all. Share, subscribe, and comment. Then you are moving along a city, you see a beautiful dress. Then you go just take money and buy a dress which you have not planned for. At the end of the day, you realize that the money that you had received, you were supposed to be doing something with it. Then you come and start thinking. You sit down and analyze. You find out that you have not achieved anything with that money. That is failure. Number 5, failure, or a failed person, or a person who wants to fail, is that person who compares himself or herself with others. People who fail compare themselves a lot with other people. They don't want to do anything on their own. They don't want to invest anything. They don't want to be creative. They rely mostly on other people's ideas. A failed person. Are you together? They don't want to. In short, a person who is willing to fail, I'm talking about failure, they compete themselves. You see someone with a laptop, a good model laptop, then you say, like, I have to work very hard so that I get that thing. You see someone driving, minus even having any knowledge about driving, minus even having a knowledge about how a car is maintained. You go take a loan, you buy a car too. Just to put yourself in the class of other people. My brothers, my sisters, if you do not earn like them, do not spend like them. If you do not earn like them, do not dress like them. If you do not earn like them, do not eat like them. If you do not earn like them, do not do adventure like they do. That is the route to failure. Because you would like to maintain your class, you say, like, I'm a modern woman, I'm a modern man. You are flossing with the iPhone 17. My brothers, my sisters, today I was Googling the price of that iPhone 17, the latest model. That when God blesses me with that iPhone, I'll thank God for him so much. Because it's going to help me to do clean videos for you people to enjoy. Clean music and everything. Perfection. So I googled and I found out like it's almost 12,000 US dollars. That's a lot. It's roughly like 300 or 250, 300 Kenyan shillings there. Then I started thinking, if I get this iPhone right now, what can I be doing? Okay, the idea that I want you to get is this one. In as much as I need that iPhone for my broadcast, I have other things that I'm supposed to be doing in life. You do not have to spend so much, stretch your budget so much until you lack other basic things moving on in life. You need to eat, my brother. You need to dress well. You need to go out to work. You need to at least socialize with the people. So if you cannot budget, or if you cannot plan yourself, then you want to say that I want to compare myself with somebody else, maybe a person who does not have any responsibility. Remember, we have families to take care of. We have kids to take to school. We have other bills to pay. If I get my the salary, or if I get money from this YouTube, if I get a pay from YouTube, then I take all that money. I say that I want to buy iPhone 17. I will fail. Why? Because I want to get it and use it, and I have seen somebody else owning it. I really don't know or don't understand exactly what they did so that they got that iPhone 17. But for me, because I want to compare myself with them, I get money and rush going to buy that thing. It's not all about a phone. Even simple things like, let's say businesses. We have seen people outside here who have tried businesses and the businesses have failed. Why? Not because they don't have money. They pump a lot of money in those businesses, but still they fail. Why? You started doing that business because you saw your friend doing it and succeeding in that business. When I was talking about success yesterday in my yesterday broadcast, I told you that when someone did something and failed, it does not mean that when you do it, you will fail too. And I got inspired by the book that I read some other time when I was in primary school, the high school, the Think Big, the book called Think Big by Ben Carson. That guy said that if others did something, or if someone can do something, I can also do it, but not just doing it, but you do it better than what they do. That is success. The opposite now of success is this one. You find someone doing something, then you say that you want to go and do it. You do not know the success. You do not know the pain. You do not know the struggles. If you see somebody successful today, there are struggles of failure they have gone through. There are struggles of giving up they have gone through, but they failed to let go. Now that is success. That is success. But now you chose, you say that I want to do something because somebody is doing. You will be disappointed. You will give up very easily. When I started this broadcast, I had a conviction in my heart that I'm going to do it. No matter what, I'm going to do it. I don't want to fail. I'm focused. Remember, I've said that failure comes when you lose focus, or you put your focus from a goal that you want to achieve. I told myself that I'll be going live. I'll be streaming here on YouTube. Whether people choose to follow, whether people choose to like, whether people choose to watch me or not. There are a couple of times, my brothers and my sisters, I go live and nobody's watching me. I finish streaming, I check, nobody has subscribed, nobody has liked, nobody has commented. And because I have a vision of success, I don't want to fail. I do it again and again and again. I tell myself that I have to do this thing. I have to do it. At times I wake up, I feel like I don't want to do it, but I tell myself that because I have a vision, I don't want to fail. I have to do it. Behold the beast, which told Rena. Wow, that's powerful. That's powerful. So, when you have a dream of succeeding, my brothers, my sister, Don't compare yourself with others. Don't do it because somebody is doing it. Do it because you have the internal push. You have a goal. I believe one day I'll be coming live here as you watch me. 1,000 people will be watching me. Comments will be flowing. Likes and shares will be flowing because I have a goal. I have to achieve this. And you also have to achieve this. I know you can do something else better than what I can do. Maybe you can do business, you can do talks, you can do preaching, you can do singing. But minus having a goal or minus not doing it because somebody's doing it, you're going to make it. Besides doing talks like this one, I do gospel music, I do music. And one day I was advising a certain brother of mine. I sat down and listened to his journal. It's called Jonah of music. The type of music that he does. Then I came to realize that this guy, when somebody has sung a song like this guy comes with the same version of the song, then he changes the lyrics. I told him that my brother, you're going to fail someday. He said that, oh, I'm being so jealous, in all those. He spoke all the kind of sorts of things that he wanted to speak. And I told him that give it time. You better do something the original way or the way you can. Whether people like it or not, just do it. Then after 3 months, his YouTube channel was pulled down. Why? He was doing copyrighted songs of other people. Then the guy came to me crying, saying, oh, brother, I wish I could have heard you when you were telling me, when you were advising me. I told him that I advised you. You said that you can do it better. You see, this guy failed, not because that he does not know how to sing. He failed because he was doing the thing the other people are doing, the same way people are doing it. If you want to succeed or if you want to fail, do exactly what people are doing and try to copy step by step. You will see the results. If you want to succeed, make it in a unique way, in your own unique way. You're going to see the fruits. Am I talking to somebody? Kindly please comment. Kindly please comment, like, and make sure that you share this broadcast. If you have not subscribed, do a subscription for me. I'll appreciate. Do you want to be successful or you want to be failing? If I can't tell you that you're going to fail, I know most of you are going to curse me. But if I tell you that you're going to succeed, most of you will be like, yes, we are going to succeed. We are going to make it. Man, as putting in the effort, you're not going to make it. Yes. Even God is very special. He tells us that he's going to bless the work of your hands. You are there, you need blessings. You need to grow. You need to be big. You need to be... At times, let me surprise you with this one. Some people want to succeed, but they don't want to transform what is in their minds into application. A funny friend of mine from Tanzania was telling me this, that we Tanzanians speak fluent English, but the only problem is that we speak fluent English in our minds, but when we open our mouths to speak that fluent English, it disappears. Are you together? Some people have got good ideas. Are you seeing? Transferring that idea that you have in your mind into implementing it to do something, that is success. But when you fail to transfer that idea that is in your mind into action, that is failure. Are you together? Failing to transfer that idea that you have from your mind into implementation, that is failure. Yes. I know we all want to succeed. If you want to succeed, whatever that you are thinking is right. I usually tell people this for free. Anything that you think that you want to be doing, just do it. It is right. Successful people start today. But people who fail, let me tell you, my brothers, I'm talking about failure. People who fail usually say that I will start tomorrow. When tomorrow comes, they say I will start tomorrow. The following day comes, there is no day that is called tomorrow. If you want to succeed, you have to start now. Are we together? Subscribe, please subscribe, comment, and tap on that like button, comment. If you want to fail, give yourself an excuse that tomorrow. You never know what is in your mind. You never know, you will never realize the benefit of your thoughts if you cannot implement it today. And that's preparing to fail. Something that you have to know, my brother, my sister, the person who usually says tomorrow, age is moving, time is running. But the moment you will realize it is late, you have children going to school, you have children to take to university, you have school fees to pay, you have other bills looking at you like this. So the best way is to start right now. Somebody said that you make hay while the sun is still shining. The sun is shining to you right now. Don't wait for the sun to set for you to start looking for candles. So they said that I'm lighting up here. I want to do it. Most people who fail, they take a lot of time to plan. And when they start with the rush. You rather start right now, you fail. You never give up, then you rise again and do it. Rather than saying that, oh, I have to wait, I'm planning, I'm buying my own time, I will just start once, like boom. Rome was not built in a day. Rome was not built in a day. You have to take time and accept that you failed. Another serious point about failure. People who fail, they never accept that it is their own mistake. Failures, or anybody who fail, always shifts the blame to other people. People who fail, let's take for example, somebody who had a failed marriage or failed relationship. Anybody that you know right now who has a failed relationship, they will usually blame the other partner for the cause of the failure of the relationship, not looking at their side. They never even see what they were doing so that this person was reciprocating, doing exactly. I was telling you when I was talking about success yesterday, I said that in physics, we have Newton's law of motion, the second law of motion in physics, called action and reaction force, are opposite but equal. In as much as you want to blame others for your failure, my brother, my sister, accept that at one point you also missed. If you accept, you will correct yourself. There is nothing as sweet as you correcting yourself. People who fail and do not accept that the mistake, they were the cause of the mistakes, they don't do anything. At one point, I had failed relationships too. Some other times earlier, I had failed relationships. But when I met my current partner, I did not blame anybody that they were the cause of my failed relationship. I told her that I am the one who failed in my relationship. And I was doing this and this and this and this. I do not want to do these things. So I want my relationship to succeed. I decided, I accepted. If you accept that you are a failure, if you accept that you can fail, you will change and you will learn, you will succeed. Remember, the opposite of success is failure. And it comes to anybody. It does not choose. It does not invite. Failure can come anytime, any moment. You might think that you are doing well off, but you are failing terribly in life. Minus learning, you are failing terribly. Because you might think that you speak fluent English, but after I've done the live podcast like this, I relax, then I come, I rewatch what I've been talking. I learn from my mistakes. I do not blame anybody. If you want to succeed, never blame anybody for your failure. If you blame anyone for anything in your life, then you will not succeed. Why? You will be a bitter man or a bitter woman. For example, we have many young men and young women watching me right now. They made a decision that they will not date. They will not be in a relationship again. They will not get married again. Why? Somebody failed them and they are blaming that person day in, day out. They are blaming them seriously. Accept that you failed. Accept that there are things that you didn't match. Accept that there are things that you failed to be doing. Then correct yourself. Forgive yourself. Get out of that prison and move on. The prison is always there. Failure is a prison that has confined people like this. It's a prison. It is just upon you to accept and break yourself loose from that prison and you see success. Success is sweet, guys. Success is great. Success is amazing. I want to be successful in this life. I want to be a successful preacher. I want to be a successful streamer. I want to be a successful musician. I want to be a successful electrician. I want to be a successful person in this life. So I don't blame anybody in my life. If I fail, I blame myself for my stupidity. I blame myself for not studying. I blame myself for not focusing. I blame myself for not trying again when I failed. I blame myself. That's the mind of someone who's going to win. Am I talking to somebody? Am I making sense, brothers and sisters? If I'm making sense, kindly somebody just comment. Somebody comment and like. Winning mentality is the mentality that I wish everybody might acquire and have in this life. Are we together? Can you please just subscribe to this channel? Subscribe if you are joining me for the first time. Touch the subscription button and touch this like button. I'll appreciate a lot. I've talked about many things and I feel like it is time for us to put it in action. I feel like it is time for us to come out of this thing called failure. I feel like it is time just for us to accept our own mistakes, silly mistakes. Allow me to finish with this. Failure also comes with silly mistakes. Do you know what a silly mistake is? A silly mistake is a mistake that you commit knowing that it is wrong and you're doing it. That's a silly mistake. Most people's dreams have been shattered or closed because of silly mistakes. For example, you want to get a very serious amount of money, and invest somewhere. And when during this process of acquiring this money, you come across a list of your friends. The friends who don't want success, the friends who don't want to see you happy, they advise you like, you want to take a loan. When you take a loan, go and buy something. Let me say a liability. Do you know what a liability is? A liability is something that you input your money and does not produce any profit. For example, a private car. That's a liability. It does, especially if you are just using it for recreation, it cannot produce any profit. Silly mistakes have made people to invest wrongly and failed terribly in this life. Can you subscribe on this channel, please? Somebody subscribe and touch on the like button. Or you can comment tell me which city you are watching me from. I'll be happy to read. I'll be happy to know that people are watching me from Africa, from Asia, from Europe. I'll be happy to read that comment. Silly mistakes. We have other silly mistakes, like for example, let me use marriage. Silly mistakes. Most people, or 90% of people's marriages have failed because of this silly mistake. Listening to what friends tell you about your man or your woman. That is a silly mistake. Not everybody is happy to see you successful in this life, let me tell you. Not everybody is happy to see in that marriage or relationship. Not everybody is happy to see in that business that you're doing. Not everybody is happy to see you having kids. Not everybody is happy to see you owning what you own. And the best silly mistake comes from here. You get advice from people who never helped you to build what you have. That is failing, direct failing. That is promotion to failure, brothers and sisters, promotion to failure. Taking advice from people who sat aside and watch you struggling. When you succeed now, they come to start advising you. You see that woman you have, that woman is loved by many people. Anyway, she is beautiful. That's why she's loved. If she was not beautiful, she could not be loved by anybody. You come tell me that my woman is talking to many men, different men are talking to her, seducing her. Yes, she is beautiful. That's why people are talking to her. Oh, you come tell somebody that, oh, your man is talking with every lady at the place of work. I've seen him with the ladies in a hotel. Taking advice from people who never helped you to build what you have right now, they are going to push you to failure. If they were nice persons or nice people, they could have encouraged you while you are struggling. Be very careful of friends who come into your life when you succeed. Those are traps to make you fail. Traps to make you fail. I'm talking about failure. Those friends will come to take all the raw material, all the good and basic things that you have, so that they see you struggling again. Failure, struggling, failure. They will advise you in all sorts of advice. They will give you another. I feel like I want to continue. Let me continue. Another thing that makes people to fail in this life or failure is sweet and good deals. When the deal is so good, please think twice. The previous day I was doing a talk here. Let me be open. I was doing a talk here. Live here. If you go back to my talks, you will hear this. I was doing a talk here and somebody came on this live and, oh, I want to support your life. How much can I give you? I told him that give me anything that you feel it is worth. That person told me that I'm going to send you $100 here. Immediately after 1 hour, I was happy. I was doing this live podcast when I'm smiling. I was talking about what? If I can remember. We're talking about being a dreamer. I was talking about being a dreamer. There is a live podcast I've done on this YouTube channel of mine. Can you please subscribe, or you can go and watch it, Becoming a Dreamer. So this guy came here live and told me that, I see you are the best streamer. I love what you're talking. I am encouraged. And he asked me, how much can I support you on this live? Because on this live of mine, you can support it by sending a gift or sending a star, anything. You can send even money directly on this live. So the guy said that I'm going to send you $100 after this. I was very happy. This thing making people to fail in life, very sweet and good deals. Don't be happy when a good deal comes on your way. Maybe it is the source of your pain. Sorry, my internet. Sorry. Every time I wake up in the morning, I check the balance in monetization side. I see nothing has improved. Nothing has changed. I don't see anything. I felt so bad because I liked the deal. I celebrated the deal. I didn't know that when the deal is too good, you might think twice. At one point, I failed because I adjusted that deal. I didn't see any positivity or creativity. So if you want to succeed, do not trust good deals. If you want to fail, then listen or trust good deals. We have people who work in, let's say, money exchange business. Like, for example, in my country, Kenya, we call them M-Pesa, money transfer agencies. So you find that somebody is coming in your money transfer agency, they're giving you good deals. They're saying that if you put this certain amount of money in your business, you're going to get a double profit. And because you are too lazy, you want to get rich quickly, you accept quickly and say, yes, put this money in my business. And by the time you realize this person has siphoned, has taken everything from your account, you are zero. You will start crying. Failure. Because you trusted a good deal. We have people who have lost their social media channels. Let me be neutral now. I come to the lower side. People have lost their social media channels because somebody sent them a link and told them that touch this, it's going to improve it's going to improve your following. It's going to improve on monetize your channel. Then you touch on that link, immediately you touch on that link, somebody hacks all your social media accounts. Well, people, failure. Never trust a good deal if you want to succeed. If you want to fail, trust that good deal. I saw it on myself, brothers and sisters. I trusted whoever that came live here when I was doing live like this. Then he promised me to send $100 to support my live podcast. In fact, he told me that go and buy some good lighting to support your life. I was happy. I was a prisoner of that person. Every day morning, I go to check balance. My balance is just the same. It is just that $3. It has not improved. I was expecting when I check the balance, I see the balance has improved. It is like $135 because that's the current reading of my monetization value of this YouTube. By you watching, by you commenting, by you subscribing, you're going to help me to improve and succeed. I don't want to fail. That's why I'm here talking to you. I also want you to succeed. Together, do not trust a good deal. Think twice. Sit down. Analyze. You'll find a reason to reject that good deal because it can make you crumble and fail. Are you together? A person who wants to succeed is not easily swayed. Are you together? Let's take, for example, a ship. When a ship is in the ocean or in waters, we have what we call tides, we have what we call storms. A ship, whoever that built a ship came up with a structure, something called a gyroscope. A gyroscope is a device that tries to stabilize, to make the ship stable when it's moving in an ocean that has got storms. In this life, in that journey of success or being successful, you will come across what we call waves. You will come across what we call temptations. You will come across things or many words that will break your mind, that will kill your morale. If you are a successful person, if you don't want to fail, you have to remain stable. You have to not to be swayed around with anybody. They might tell you that this is wrong what you're doing. If you feel that whatever that you're doing is right, do it. If you feel that it is wrong, leave it and run. It together. Okay, I've talked for 1 hour and I want to thank God because it's not easy. Make sure you subscribe to this channel and you're going to learn something. Right together. Make sure you share this broadcast to help your friends or to help yourself not to fail. If you have joined me late, make sure you start watching from point 1. You will learn many things. Okay, until we meet again tomorrow from 6 p.m. in the evening, Kenyan or East African time. I'm called Humble M. I'm born again. I'm a streamer. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm a gospel music minister. I'm a preacher. I'm an electrician. Make sure you follow me on my Facebook page called Humble M Gospel Ministry. You can learn a lot. I know we are destined to succeed. Like this year, God gave me a message that is going to be my year of breakthrough. And if it's my year of breakthrough or success, I have to work extra hard and be focused so that I see success coming in my life. Thank you very much for tuning in. I love you all and have a nice time. Shalom. Make sure you subscribe to this, comment, like, and share. Bye.